What's going on again, CK? I just wanted to go back, man, and revisit this review because I thought this review was hilarious, man. Um, Homecoming to me was so amazing. The first part of it, like you said, like Clark was down on himself. Oliver was just out of himself, basically, and Lois tried to like cheer him up, take him to homecoming. I don't know why Lois, like you said, I don't know why Lois thought everybody was gonna know who she was and she wasn't even there for weeks. But it was just funny the whole aspect with it. But the thing goes back to Clark and Brainiac 5. I don't know if you've ever seen the Legion of Superheroes. Of course, I love Legion of Superheroes, but I wish they had got a little kid to do it, but it's whatever. But Brainiac 5 came back and he wanted to show Clark the darkness that was inside of him. He wanted to take it out, and by doing that, he had to revisit his past and his future. We saw both of this, and I'll get to the future in a second because I really enjoyed it. But back to the past, Clark always condemned himself for what happened with his dad, like you said. And what happened was when his dad died, he took on the mantle and chose to fight crime to be a better man, but he did it out of guilt. He didn't do it because he wanted to. And so at the point he realized that his dad did that out of selfishness and he got himself killed because of it, like Clark's whole perspective changed. And he was like, man, he made this choice, but he made it only for me. And so that means I have a choice. I don't have to go down the same road. I don't have to do it out of some kind of penance for him. And Clark is always damning himself, and I think that was always holding him back. And Brainiac knew that, and that's the reason why he brought it to his attention. But it was really good. I love that part. The next part, like you were talking about, was when he went to the future. I was like, whoa, this is epic. Because he was interfacing with Lois, and I was thinking they were going to show some kind of version of Jimmy up here or something, but they didn't. Probably because they needed like shove out money to put actors in later. But anyway, it was just really good seeing Future Lewis. Like she is so hilarious wherever she is. But she was keeping a secret and like she kept on telling him, put the glass on, put the glass on, and it was just hilarious. Like watching. Then like you were talking about when we went to the elevator, like Clark ran into Future Clark, and it was like, oh, that's epically awesome because Clark looked at himself and he was like, man, this dude's a geek, and that's how he's supposed to be. It's how he's supposed to perceive. Like the real like Clark Kent's supposed to look like a geek, and so Clark hasn't reached that point yet. He hasn't reached that level of maturity of bridging those two gaps, and when he does, it's gonna be amazing. Um, but I get into that later. But the last part, like he told him like you need to go do this. I'm gonna go do that. He's sitting there going around, spinning around, stopping like a nuclear explosion, and like he saved Lois. And then like he embraced Lois and kissed her, and he noticed like he really had been holding back because I think had to do with Lana, had to do with the guilt that he had with his dad, and he felt like that nobody can carry this burden with him. Ultimately, they can't, but that's not to say that Lois can't be that bridging gap to help him. And that's the reason why I feel like at the very end, which is my favorite scene, like Clark told her he loved her, and he let it go. It didn't have anything to do with their relationship. It had to do with what she really means for him. To me, I feel like Lois to him is his humanity. He kept on striving to be human, and he held on to it, and he became obsessed with it. That's the reason why he holds back his powers. But the thing is that he didn't even have to be human. Like how she sees him, she just loves him for who he is, alien or not. Like she just loves him, and for him to be able to let that go and just care about her and release it, like he just released everything. And I feel like that's the reason why when he was just holding her, like they just started floating. And I think it goes back to last season where Jarrell was talking to him in the fortress, and he was saying like there's something that you haven't let go, or someone you haven't let go, and I think it has a lot to do with that because Clark kept on playing. Why can I not fly? Why can I not fly? And basically, Jarrell said like you still see yourself as a human. You still condemn yourself in the sense that you have to be human to save everybody. That's not the case. You can just accept who you are and be that Superman. But he doesn't see himself as that yet. But I really think that more and more, like his interactions with Lois, is gonna bridge that gap for him. I don't think that he's gonna continue being obsessed with her. I don't think that he's gonna make her like his driving force for everything. Like even when you look at like some of the Superman episodes, like Lois and Clark or like Adventures of Superman, like basically all thing he's doing is caring about Lois and saving her. Even if you look into all the other cartoons and the comic books, but that's not the epicenter. Like she helps him realize his capacity for humanity, but it's okay, even though he's an alien. Um, and I honestly think like it's gonna be so crazy when Clark just lets go, and like I don't know who he's gonna fight. They haven't really introduced Darkseid that much. I'm kind of a little disappointed about that, but I really didn't think they were gonna put that much emphasis on that anyway. I'm more actually irked about Lex coming back. If Michael Rosenbaum comes back, it is gonna be on. But again, dude, I just wanted to respond off of that. I don't know if I'm gonna start making videos or not, but dude, like, keep up the good work, keep up the reviews, like for sure. I'm gonna still stay subscribed, whatever you're dealing with, man. Let's talk about it. All right, bro. Later.